Hi, Sheila Kamuda here, and I'm your career champion, and I'm here to answer some questions. And one question that has come up a lot is about feedback, and we're going to talk about receiving feedback right now. Receiving feedback is really, really difficult. It's very frightening. It evokes these terrible feelings of fear and defensiveness. And what is that about, and why does that happen, and why is it so important also? So I hopefully will try and help us through this. Here's the two things about feedback. One is that we know that feedback helps us to grow. Everybody's heard that. We kind of know that that's true. And it's not just performance evaluations. We're not talking about that alone. We're talking about all sorts of feedback. Your ideas, communication, problem solving, tasks, whatever it is, people hear feedback all the time. And we know that helps us grow. And that's great. We love that. We want to grow. The other part of it, the other side of it, is that we as human beings want to be accepted and respected for who we are right now. So that's sort of opposing to hearing feedback. And so when we do hear feedback, even though one side of us wants to grow and knows that's good, we sort of want to be accepted for the way we are right now. And so we get defensive, we protect ourselves, sometimes feelings get hurt, sometimes it gets a little difficult to even want to give somebody feedback because sometimes we find ourselves walking on glass, or we're not sure how that person is going to react. It's really, it could be very difficult. So I would like to invite you to try this. When somebody has feedback, the first thing to say is thank you. What you're saying is thank you. You're recognizing that I'm doing a job and you want it to be better. Whatever it is, thank you for that. Thank you for that feedback. Thank you that you care about this. The next thing is to ask, and what else? Do you have any pointers? Can you elaborate? Because what that does, it starts a dialogue, and that's good, and that's really what you want to get to. So first thing is thank you, and then ask for some more information. And the key here is to think of your organization or your department as a growth mindset. And if you think of it as a growth mindset and you embed that in your culture, feedback will become just very natural because it'll be part of this is how we grow, this is how we improve, this is how we do better. And it's not that it's not an attack, it's not aggressiveness. We're not talking about that. You could be assertive, not aggressive. But the growth mindset is really the key, I think, because with that, that's giving you permission to respond to feedback, to listen, to be open to feedback. Another thing you might try is they do this in improvisation. When you're in a group and it's improvisation, the golden rule is say yes and. So if you're in a group setting and somebody makes a comment, what you want to do is say yes and let me add to that. Let me expand on that. Let me take that somewhere else. Where else can we take that idea? So it's always very positive. We don't put down ideas. We say, oh, yes, and we go in a different direction. So that could be helpful as well. So I hope this was helpful for you. And the next time we will talk about giving feedback. Thanks so much for joining me.